Hey everyone! We've unearthed the most bizarre, captivating, and downright hilarious animal moments caught on camera that you won't want to miss. In a zoo, a panda was gifted a rocking chair to enjoy some relaxation, but things quickly took a humorous turn. As the panda attempted to settle into the chair, it toppled over in a way that had the visitors laughing uncontrollably. A cat learned a valuable lesson in humility when it decided to face off against an exceptionally angry rat. The battle was an unexpected one, and the rat swiftly turned the tables, causing the feline to retreat in confusion. A bear decided to play a prank on a sleeping boar. In a feat of mischief, the bear ambushed the boar, sending it bolting in terror. This cow was certainly left in shock when she was ushered into what could be described as the quirkiest taxi ride. The bizarre part? The taxi was more of a makeshift contraption resembling a bird that somehow managed to transport her. Minnesota saw a rather unfortunate turn of events when a group of people attempted to capture close-up footage of a turkey. Little did they know, the wild bird was not a fan of Chinese-made drones, and it ended up launching a full-scale attack, knocking the drone out of the sky in a spectacular fashion. A family made the brave decision to release it back into the wild. The man gingerly placed the squirrel on a tree, hopeful for its future. However, a sudden and tragic interruption occurred. A neighbor's cat emerged from the shadows, snatched the squirrel, and vanished. The entire scene left onlookers heartbroken, with the woman in the crowd letting out a particularly emotional scream. Up in the isolated mountains of New Zealand, a sheep found itself wedged in a metal fence. Thankfully, a kind-hearted rescuer arrived just in time to free the animal. But the sheep's subsequent tumble down the mountain was so ridiculous that it had everyone in stitches. Luckily, the sheep was unharmed and continued its merry way. While working on his laptop on his home terrace, a man had no idea that a snake was slithering up behind him. The snake silently crept under his table, nearly giving him a heart attack. Though the reptile didn't strike, the man's fright was palpable, and he certainly learned not to underestimate the dangers lurking so close. Captured on a security camera in Connecticut, this incredible footage showcases a brave domestic dog defending a young child. In an unexpected twist, the fearless canine takes on a mighty black bear, sending it retreating into the forest. A man's day took an unexpected turn when a large alligator decided to join the action. To the shock of everyone, the reptile wasn't impressed with the man's catch and immediately attacked, sending the crowd running in every direction. Talk about a fishy situation. A farm worker in Nebraska was tasked with rescuing a sheep that had somehow gotten stuck upside down in a hole. A group of people managed to capture the mesmerizing moment when a school of stingrays took flight just next to their boat. I couldn't stop laughing at this one. It's creepy, unsettling, and downright hilarious all at once. Trust me, you have to see it to believe it. Imagine a peaceful day in Glacier National Park, Montana, when suddenly a grizzly bear appears right in front of tourists. Panic erupts as people scatter in every direction, but in an unexpected twist, the bear remains calm, simply wandering off the trail without a care in the world. A drone captured an unforgettable moment when a group of people in Florida were treated to the rare sight of a hammerhead shark swimming just meters from them. A group of beachgoers discovered an unusual shell washed ashore. When they attempted to open it, they were greeted with a jelly-like creature inside. But nothing could have prepared them for what happened next, and octopus, fast and agile, shot out of the shell, startled and desperately searching for an escape. A wild moment indeed. A sheep was pulled out of a deep, narrow trench, only to jump right back in as soon as it was freed. It's like she couldn't resist a good challenge. A man decided to release his pet mouse into the wild, despite his friends warning him about the many birds of prey in the area. The second the mouse scurried into freedom, it was snatched up by a hungry hawk. Unfortunately, the poor mouse didn't stand a chance. This pony had hooves so long and twisted that they looked more like skies than anything else. Walking around with those must have been a struggle, but after a successful trimming operation, the pony was back to running full speed, much to everyone's relief. This peculiar sight shows a moose trapped in a swing hanging from a tree. After several failed attempts to escape, the moose's plight was solved when a man arrived with a saw, cutting the ropes and freeing the creature. Just a normal day in the woods. On a safari, tourists witnessed a cobra emerging from the grass, ready to strike at a lizard. But just as the snake lunged, a pair of brave lions stepped in, halting the cobra's progress. The snake, realizing it was outmatched, slithered back into the bushes, leaving the lizard to scurry off in thanks to its lion saviors. Witnessing a leopard shed its skin is a sight most people don't get to experience. It's a bit unsettling, but also strangely fascinating. Over in Australia, a family of black swans showed everyone how to cross the road with grace. At a pedestrian crossing, with a little help from locals, the swans strutted across without causing any disruptions to traffic. A cunning cuckoo chick hatches before its fellow nestmates and sneaks its way into the nest of another bird, acting as if it belongs there. As it grows, it even pushes the other chicks out to monopolize the food. The worst part? The foster parents, despite raising the cuckoo to 3 times their size, keep feeding it. Talk about a master of manipulation. A woman and her cat found themselves in quite a curious scenario when they boarded an inflatable boat heading toward a sailboat. The entire spectacle, complete with frantic paddling and oddball antics, proved to be quite a spectacle for onlookers. Ever seen a cow being chased by the police? Well, this aggressive cow definitely earned a spot in the headlines. In a similar scene, another mouse, just liberated in the mountains, had barely a moment of freedom before a hawk swooped down, claiming it as lunch. A sad but inevitable fate for these little rodents. This goat clearly felt a little lonely, so she decided to join the local cat family. She cozied up next to the kittens, who didn't seem to mind her company one bit. Looks like this goat found her new home. This clever squirrel, parched from thirst, approached a group of humans and actually started gesturing with its paws, asking for water. The moment was heartwarming as the squirrel happily drank from a bottle, quenching its thirst in no time. A caring man went above and beyond when he stopped traffic on a busy highway to let a koala cross. Without his intervention, the poor creature could have been hit by a car. Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. A young bear, clearly intimidated by the imposing boars, scurried off into the distance, leaving the boars to continue their trek undisturbed. Imagine seeing a dog of all creatures deciding that the roof of a neighbor's house is the ideal place to relieve itself. The sight is downright revolting, and to make matters worse, the entire rooftop now resembles a minefield of unspeakable proportions. Down in Brazil, something truly remarkable happened. A family experienced one of the easiest fishing sessions on record. While walking along the rocky terrain, a man stumbled upon what seemed to be an odd bundle of fur. Upon closer inspection, and after poking it with a stick, the fur revealed its true identity: thousands of tiny wriggling spiders. As children swam in a river, a massive hippopotamus surfaced right next to them, causing an immediate panic. The kids rushed to the shore in fear, but luckily, the hippo didn't seem interested in causing trouble. Finally, on a trail, tourists were left stunned when they encountered an alligator so massive it could easily be called a living monster. And that's a wrap on this wild adventure. Which moment made you laugh the most, or left you in awe? Let us know in the comments below. See you in the next video.